I'm Dr. Randall Hill, Executive Director of the USC Institute for Creative Technologies, and I'm here to tell you how we built the holodeck. In 1996, there was an extraordinary workshop that took place in Irvine, California. It was called Modeling and Simulation, Linking Entertainment and Defense. About 60 people attended the workshop, half from defense, half from academia and the entertainment industry. They were there because the Department of Defense had been tracking the emergence of interactive and immersive technologies in the entertainment industry. They wanted to be able to find a way for the military to leverage those technologies to make better training. Back in Irvine, the conversation became quite animated. And this is because you had these very disparate groups of people. And it didn't hurt, though, that as they found common ground, it was because many of these folks had come from Paramount Studios and they'd worked on Star Trek. And many of those folks from the Department of Defense were diehard Trekkies. People with influence who were there wanted to make sure something would come out of this meeting. And so from the Department of Defense, you had the Director of Defense Research and Engineering, Dr. Anita Jones. From the Army, you had the Chief Scientist of the Army, Dr. Mike Andrews. And they decided they wanted to create a university-affiliated research center. USC won the competition, and they named it the USC Institute for Creative Technologies, and they opened the doors in August of 1999. Our first staffers came from Disney, Paramount, and across USC, as well as from other academic institutions. And they were a very highly experimental group of people who had a grand vision. The official mandate was to use entertainment and game industry skills to create better military training. In the end, what they wanted to do was to make better decision makers, make better leaders by creating a foundation of skills from this training. Unofficially, our Army sponsors told us, go build the holodeck. And we have. As in the fictional holodeck, we have created photoreal computer graphics and virtual environments to create synthetic and adaptive experiences. They are so compelling that the participants respond as though they are real. Importantly, all of our work stems from an understanding of story and narrative and being able to create a compelling arc. As human beings, we are wired to enjoy stories, to remember them, to tell them, and to convey knowledge through stories. And that is a core competency of what we have here at the Institute for Creative Technologies. Our first foray into holodeck-style mixed reality experiences was the Mission Rehearsal Exercise, or MRE. It was really the first of its kind. We created virtual humans, characters that would appear on a large screen. The screen was about 8 feet high and about 31 feet wide. It was curved. There were 3 different projectors that had to be, seen together. And as you walked into the room, you find yourself in a Bosnian village, and an accident has just occurred. You are playing the role of a lieutenant. Your sergeant is on the screen advising you what to do. Meanwhile, there's a crowd of Bosnian villagers gathering. They see that your Humvee has struck a child who's on the ground, and the mother is wailing, and a television crew shows up. It puts the lieutenant into the oven, so to speak, puts the heat on to make decisions. What am I going to do? How am I going to take care of this situation? But the technologies behind it are really, that's what made the holodeck. It was this ability to have conversations with characters on the screen that was interactive, again, first of its kind. The sound in there was unbelievable. It was a 12-speaker system, surround sound. As the helicopter flies over, you feel it in your bones. You hear the crowd, shouting and making a stir. And this was really it was award-winning because we demonstrated it at a conference up in Montreal. And I'll never forget how as the helicopter flew over in the demonstration, there were people around the hotel who were wondering what is going on outside. So this is really something we showed to hundreds of different visitors and military personnel, and they would begin to tell their own stories that they had experienced in similar situations. And that was exactly the kind of reaction we wanted. MRE was just the beginning. Over the last 25 years, we've created hundreds of projects that have used the underlying technologies of MRE, natural language processing, dynamic agents, vision and graphics, augmented and virtual reality, the learning sciences. I mean, one of the things we learned in the process of doing this research is it's not just enough to immerse someone in a situation for them to learn something useful. You actually have to design the scenario and the story in a way that reinforces what you want them to learn. And we now have 16 labs that are developing those technologies, not only at a basic research level, but they're applying them to real-world domains. ICT has received many accolades over the last 25 years, including 2 Science and Technology Academy Awards. We've produced more than 2,000 peer-reviewed publications, which have received over 100,000 citations. Our faculty have received over 140 honors and awards, and we have 3 AAAI fellows. Our research has garnered 278 intellectual property disclosures and 29 patents. And perhaps most importantly, we have trained over 250,000 service members. We are very proud to be part of the Army Futures Command. And our program management is from the Natick Soldier Center, which is part of DevCom, but we also have a very close working relationship with the Army Research Laboratory, who sponsors a lot of our basic research and collaborates with us on many projects. We work, of course, with the Simulation and Training Technology Center in Orlando, which is part of Natick Soldier Center, and we hope to continue to expand our collaborations with other organizations, not only within the Army, but within the Department of Defense.